Okay.
This is
Yeah, this is definitely a busy time of year for me. So,
yeah.
and the next 10 days are probably the busiest 10 days of the year for me. So appointments are going to be, if you want another one, it might be best if we talk at the end of this session and I'll show you my complete availability and you can see if anything works for you.
Okay.
All right, so let's look at this problem. I assume we want to start with this free throw 478.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is kind of like the problem that was on my homework last night. It's just like probability stuff. Like I'm not 100% understanding it.
Okay.
Which I remember learning like some probability stuff when I was in algebra and as a freshman, and she's kind of just like bringing this up because some of it's going to be in the final, and I guess I just kind of need a refresher.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the fact that here, let me do this. Excuse me a second. Take a screenshot and then I can draw on it. So she shoots at a 70%. That means she makes 7 out of 10 free throws.
Okay.
Okay. So the question is, says take a guess, but they don't ask a question. So I'm trying to read what the question is. Hold on. The opposing team is ahead by 1 point. She's at the foul line in a one-on-one situation with just seconds left in the game. A one-on-one situation means the player shoots a free throw. If they make the shot, they're allowed to shoot another. If they miss the first shot, they get no second shot. Each shot is worth 1 point. So it says first take a guess, but it hasn't asked a question. So let's see what the question is. What do you think is the most likely outcome for rim shot? 0 points, 1 point, or 2 points? Well, what's the odds of her making the first point?
Probably good because it's over 50%.
7/10. Let's put a number on it. That is the probability she makes the first shot. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if she makes the first shot, she gets a second shot. What's the probability that she makes the second shot?
7/10.
Exactly.
Right?
So what's the probability she makes both shots?
Couldn't tell you.
Well, multiply these two probabilities together. You get 49/100. So that's about 50-50. In other words, 49 out of 100 times in this situation, she's going to make both points and win the game.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the odds for making 2 points, is 49 out of 100. What's the odds she's going to make 0 points? Remember, if she misses the first shot, she does not get a second shot.
Okay.
So what's the odds she's going to miss the first free throw?
49 over 100, right?
It's 70% that she makes, therefore it has to be 30% that she misses. Remember, probability, all possible scenarios have to add to 1. So it's 3/10 that she misses. And if she misses, she does not get a second shot. So it's 3/10 that she's going to get 0 points.
Okay.
Now, what are the odds that she gets exactly 1 point? Well, the only way she could get 1 point is to make the first one and miss the second one. That's the only way you can get 1 point. What is that? probability?
21 over
21 over 100. So our answers are 0 points, 3/10 or 30%, 1 point, 21 hundredths or 21%, and 2 points, 49 hundredths or 49%. And this is 30 over 100. So you'll notice that those all add to 100. She's either going to get 0 points, 1 point, or 2 points. And the thing about probabilities is if you include all possibilities, they add to 1, always. In other words, if I say it's going to rain tomorrow 7/10 of the time, and it's not going to rain what? 3/10 of the time. Well, 3/10 plus 7/10 is 10/10. So 100% of the time, it's either going to rain or not rain. Well, in this particular problem, she's either going to get 0 points, which she gets if she misses the first free throw. She's going to get 1 point if she makes the first one and misses the second one. And she's going to get 2 points if she makes the first one and makes the second one. So when you have two events that must happen, you multiply the probabilities. So to get 2 points, she has to make the first one, which is 7/10, and she has to make the second one, which is 7/10. So you multiply those two to get 49 100ths.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Now, draw a tree diagram to represent this situation. Okay.
I can understand the tree diagram and how to make one.
Okay, I will let you direct. You tell me what you want next. That's my style of tutoring, is the student tells me what they want to work on.
Well, we can go over the tree diagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this is a make first shot. This is a miss first shot. Probability on the miss is what?
3/10.
Probability on the make?
7 over 10. 70%.
Okay. Now, if she makes the first shot, she can either miss the second shot or she can make the second shot.
Right.
Well, the problem is, let's do the make on top.
Okay.
That's 7/10. Any free throw she ever takes, the odds of her making it are 7/10. Her missing it is 3/10. Okay. This results in 2 points. This results in 1 point if she makes the first one and misses the second one. And the bottom part of the tree is if she misses the first shot, she doesn't get another second shot. So that's 0 points. So that's what the tree diagram looks like. And if you're trying to figure out the odds of her making 2 points, then you multiply that times that. If you're trying to figure out the odds that she makes 1 point, you multiply that branch times that branch. And if you're trying to figure out the odds she gets 0 points, it's just that there's no other branches. Because the only way to get 0 points is to miss the first free throw.
Okay.
Okay. And these tree diagrams can, maybe should have drawn it kind of like this. And then that would be 0.7, that would be 0.7, that would be 0.3, and that's 0.3. So that gives you all your possibilities. That's 0 points, that's 1 point, that's 2 points, and you just multiply. In other words, to get 2 points, you got to have 0.7 times 0.7. To get 1 point, you got to have 0.7 times 0.3, and to get 0 points, it's just 0.3.
Okay, got it. All right.
And let's look at C. Hold on a second. Let me put it up a little bit. All right, let me look at this picture they've drawn here. This is what they're calling an area model.
Yeah.
Do you go to Douglas County High School, or do you go to one of the other high schools in Castle Rock?
I go to Douglas County.
Okay. Because this is kind of an interesting problem. I don't see this area model very much. Okay. But you can kind of see how this works. What's the area of that section right there? What's the area of that square?
Of
It's the area of a square.
so 0.7 times 0.7.
Exactly. That's 0.49.
All right.
That's the odds of making both points.
Oh, so that's like, okay, I see what that is. I didn't get what that was for a second.
Yeah. This bottom rectangle here is, we'll call this 1, and we'll call that 0.3. So the odds of getting 0 points is the area of that rectangle, 0.3. Now, if this distance here is 0.7, which it is, then this distance here is 0.3, and this distance here is 0.7. So the area of this rectangle right there is what?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's like a probability chart, like a box, I guess.
Yeah, they're drawing it as a area chart. But the area chart is going to give you the same answers that the tree diagram did, or the first way I did it did. There's just 3 different ways to look at it. But what's the area of that rectangle?
The area of the rectangle?
That third rectangle that I just put a check mark through.
Okay, so 0.3 times 0.3.
No, 0.3 times 0.7. That's the dimensions of that rectangle.
21.
0.21. That's what we got. In other words, here's the probability she makes both points. Here's the probability she makes 1 point only. Here's the probability she makes 0 points. And those are the only 3 options. There's nothing else that can happen. Other than she can drop dead of a heart attack when she launches the first basket, and then I don't know what the refs would do. But notice that these probabilities add to 1. Whenever you have a finite number of possibilities, in this case, it's finite. She can make 0 points, 1 point, or 2 points. That's it. that means the sum of the probabilities of those three has to equal 1.
All right.
So what's the probability she gets either 0 or 2? This is 0, this bottom rectangle, and this upper left one is 2. So what's the probability that she gets either or?
30%, well, 30% that she gets 0, and then 49 if she gets 2.
Let's leave it in decimals. Let's eliminate percent. We've converted it to decimals. Let's stay in decimals.
0.49
plus
and 0.3.
0.79. In other words, the odds that she makes either 2 points or 0 points is 0.49 plus 0.3. So that's the answer to making either 0 or 2 points.
All right.
What's the most likely of the three outcomes? 0 points, 1 point, or 2 points?
2 points.
Exactly. All right. Let me scroll down here.
That's like for in-class problems.
Well, we actually did that already.
Yeah.
In other words, let's just review what I did. I did take a step that was not immediately obvious, and I called that 1. That side of that rectangle is 1.
Okay.
Okay? Now, this side up here has to be 0.7, and that side has to be 0.3. And this side has to be 0.3 from here to here. So if I can dimension everything, in other words, this side is 1 also, it's a square, because all probabilities have to add to 1. So that's why I dimension that square as 1 by 1. Well, if I do that, then this ends up being 0.7. And now I have the dimensions, and this ends up being 0.7. And this ends up being 0.7. So now I have the dimensions of every rectangle or square, right? I can figure out the odds of that. I can figure out the odds of that. And I can figure out the odds of that. And those three odds have to add to 1. And they do. What are the dimensions of the large rectangle? 0.7 by 0.7?
0.49.
Well, assuming they mean that's the large rectangle. And I guess they're saying by area. And certainly that rectangle, it's a square, but it's a rectangle also. In other words, all rectangles are also squares. But that has an area of 0.49. And that's the biggest area of the three rectangles we're looking at. I think we've pretty much addressed everything else in 4.79. Now, my first session is only a half hour, and we're at the end of the half hour. You probably have a pretty good idea by now as to how this works and how I work. And there's no charge for this first half hour, but you're welcome to proceed and pick other appointments if you need them, if you feel like I can help you. I'm happy to do it while we're on the phone here. You're looking at my calendar. It's a little easier to pick out spots in my calendar than it is if you go to my website and do it. I'm sure your grandmother has gone to my website and done it. And
Yeah.
it's a little more confusing to do it that way. If you
She's coming to look at it right now.
see a white spot open here that you would like an appointment, you can tell me now and I can put you in right now. And then you don't have to go to the website and do it.
Well, Lexi, you have the class when? Today?
Wednesday.
On Wednesday. So do you want to make your next appointment on Wednesday? So if you have questions about your homework, he can help you with that?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Because would you do that homework Wednesday night?
Yeah.
I can't tell. I see you have some, it looks like you have openings on Tuesday.
I do. I actually have some on Wednesday also. If you want to do a half an hour, I could probably do 8 o'clock.
Yeah, let's do it
Okay.
on Wednesday.
Yeah, let's do 8 on Wednesday.
Okay. And let me,
Want to do a half hour on Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we'll do a half hour on Friday too. Oh, wait.
okay.
You were going to do something
At
Friday.
what
Wait.
time?
Yeah. Or
Friday.
we can do it.
But I'm not going to be here.
I
Can you do it?
I also have Tuesday. I have some spots from 6 to 9 on Tuesday.
Right. I think she needs to,
Yeah, let's just do Tuesday.
that's tomorrow.
Yeah,
Do you have more stuff to go over?
I will. I'll just go ask for my homework.
Well, plus we have that whole page that we didn't finish. We only got partway through that, unless we did finish it all.
Yeah, we finished because those were just the notes that we got in class. We're pretty solid on.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. So,
This is always something that you can always decide on your own if you want to think about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
You can go in and schedule a Tuesday appointment just like you scheduled this appointment.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Now, the only thing I can warn you about is that people might take these spots before you do that. So I can't guarantee that these spots will always be open, but they're open now. There's a 3-hour time slot from 6 to 9 open tomorrow night. So
All right.
you probably almost certainly will be able to find a half-hour slot in there if you're looking for a Tuesday night appointment.
okay. And then on Thursday is you have a 7:30. Is that what you have?
I do. Would you like the 7:30?
Well, I just wanted to see, make sure I understood what the
Yes,
calendar looks like.
I'm available from 7:30 to 9 on Thursday.
Okay, well, that's good. And I think she needs to gather her thoughts now and her papers, get her homework back that she turned in today. And then if she's not done well on it, to go over that with you on Wednesday. And then if she needs more than just the half hour on Wednesday, we'll do schedule a half hour on Thursday, or if she's come up with more stuff she needs. And I realize some of these spots could fill up, but.
Okay, that's fine. That's what most of my students do, is they just kind of follow my availability and schedule whenever they see something open when they need a session.
For sure.
Now, for the Wednesday night appointment, what I usually do by the second appointment is just text you the meeting ID number. I don't call. In other words, you have GoToMeeting on your desktop right now.
Okay.
If you don't recognize it, look at your desktop and it looks like this flower over here that I'm pointing at.
Right. We see it down here.
Well, on Wednesday night, all you have to do is double click that and put in the 9-digit meeting ID number that I will have texted you.
Okay.
I will go ahead and text it to your number, Dawn, the 6132 number.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what I'll do on Wednesday. So like 2 minutes before the appointment, I will text you the meeting ID number. and then
Okay,
sign on by just double clicking that, putting in the meeting ID number, and you'll be in the meeting.
excellent.
Okay?
Much.
You're welcome. Lexi, nice meeting you. You too, Don. And I will talk to Lexi on Wednesday night.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.